Hello, let's do Wordle for Wednesday, November 19th. Yesterday we spun the wheel and it yet again picked grasp, so that's what we're doing. Not a bad start. All right, we have an R and an A. We could easily be an AER word. So I think we want to try to get as many common letters as we can without locking in that E yet. The reason for that is if it is an AER word, then that means with the E potentially being green or being on the grid, we're now down to 2 letters at once for each subsequent guess. So I can do like a let's see, we need TLN ideally. We can get that. So we could do like a tar word, or I wonder if we could end in Y. A second makes me want to do a Y at the end. Is there a good one that gets me like RAN something Y? Randy? I don't know if I like the D that much, but I think I'm going to go with Randy. Let's see how that works out. All right, there is an A second. I think it is an AER word. So what else? Okay, so let's think about AER words that are left. I think the T and the L are going to be pretty common. So like T being first or third. With T first, we'd have like tamer. We'd have taper is gone. What else would we have? Taylor is not spelled that way, although Taylor is still available. So maybe I should guess something like that. We'll see. Taser? Maybe not. Taxer might be a word. Okay, and then with a T, third, we have water. We have later. Later is not a horrible guess at this point, but cater. So water, later, cater. Wonder if I can get away with like spamming some of these letters. There's also V, so there's waiver. There's favor is still available with the OR. There's major with the OR. So OR is also quite possible. What would I do here? I have to use the A second, and I need to use an R somewhere. Oops. I'd like to use a W and an L, or a C and an L if I can. So maybe something like CA R. Carol. I like Carol a lot, like a Christmas Carol. Because I want to know if this is an ER or an OR. And if it's OR, I'm not as concerned. So getting a green O wouldn't be bad. And then the L and the C help me with later and cater. Let's do it. All right, so it is looking like we are still AER like this. But there's not an O, so we got rid of stuff like favor and major. Okay, I think it might be time to just start getting into... Is it time to start getting into the trap, or can I do like one more guess before doing that? So if we use the T, we still have water, but we got rid of cater and later, which is nice. I don't know if baiter is a word. Might be. And then there's AVER, waiver. So we have water and waiver. Is there another AVER? I'm honestly thinking of just guessing waiver or water. Guessing water might be good, because if it starts with T, we'd know. Like taker, tamer. This trap is just so nasty. It's really hard to play it in hard mode. I'm gonna go with my instinct and do water at this point. Okay, so the T is gone. That is actually probably the best result we could have gotten. So it's not waiver and there's no T. So what are we actually doing here? There's, I thought of eager, but there's no G. Is there another EA? Just to check. Okay, I don't think we have to worry about EA. I don't think we have to worry about IA or UA. So I don't think there's another vowel, is what I was looking at there. We're not going to use the Q, U, or I. So we just have to look at the bottom 2 rows of the keyboard. Faker, someone who fakes. Famer? I doubt it. Favor is not spelled that way. Okay. Maybe faker. Let's see what else there is. HA. Haver, someone who haves, like haver and have notter. I don't know. Probably not. Hazer, someone who hazes. Maybe not. All right. So let's not worry about HA right now. JA, not seeing it. KA doesn't seem good. ZA, don't think so. Not XA. VA. I'm looking for like a common word that's left, and I feel like I really reduced it. Baker is probably our most likely word. Baker and maker, maybe. So I think I should. I don't think there's a fourth, or sorry, a third. Is there a third? AKER. Faker, baker, maker. That might be a problem. So if I guess something like baker, right? And then the AKER light up green, I still don't know if it's maker or faker. Same thing with the other two. Is there an MA? I haven't looked at MA. Maxer? I'm a maxer. Probably not. Just maker, I think. So I think it's just faker, baker, maker left. That K in the middle. I don't think there is an AVER left. Maver, Zaver, Vaver. Okay, so I could say faker is just not a word. We'll do baker, maker. I'm going to see if I can do Bamer, Maber, Faber, or Bafer, or Bamer. No, I can't. So if I stay in hard mode, my only option is just to hope faker is not a word. I just don't know if faker is a word. I mean, it is a word. Like you can call someone a faker. Would it be an answer? Shoot, that's the problem. So one option is to turn off hard mode and just do a filler. What filler would I do? Probably I'd want to use the F, B, and M all together, and maybe even include the K if I could. It might be actually better to pick an F or a B or an M, like two of those, and include a K, because it could be some option I haven't thought of. So what would I do? I tried so hard not to have to do a filler, but I want to think what filler I would do. Like what's actually available here. I'm having trouble. Just any word that uses two of FBM and the K. Would it be like a CK word? See, that's the problem. Problem with FBM is they can't go next to each other as far as I can tell. Maybe an MB word. Like, is there like a K something MBO word or something? Kimbo? I don't know. Is Kimbo a word or something? Maybe. I might be able to find a word like that. Limbo's a word, but then I don't get the K. But I'm going to go with my instinct and say faker's not a word. So why don't we try baker? Please, thank you. Okay. Alrighty. I am curious what filler was available there. We'll play around with the bot and see what goes on with that. And we'll also see if it said faker was an option. I just got lucky. Let's spin the wheel, see what we're starting with tomorrow. It's going to be Gnome, suggested by Disco Lemonade. All right, so tomorrow we will start with Gnome, see how that goes. All right, well, let's check with the bot and see what tomorrow brings us, or what tomorrow brings us. All right, let's do our bot analysis. So the answer was maker, and I started with grasp. It says aorta is the only way to get out of this problem of losing on the AER trap. Look at us saying losing on later, tater, etc. I went with Randy, which it's not on the list. Randy has, it's more concerned after Randy. It's saying, hey, we're going to still lose on stuff like tater, faker. So faker was an option. I did Carol here. Again, not on the list. It would just go straight for March, but I mean, all of these lose on something. But March, Earth, Larch, and Tarot have the least chance of losing. I wouldn't have thought of that. March is pretty good, though. I like that. Carol. Now we're like, okay, we're losing on Faker and Hater for sure. Holy moly. Okay. So I just went straight for Water, and it says, okay, it would have been better to do Tamer. I completely agree. Or Taker. I did Water. From here, we're losing on Faker and Hater. I would have lost on Faker. You're right. And so it's saying really the only thing you can do is guess Baker or Faker or Maker and hope for the best because those are the three left. There's also Ever, Favor, Haver, Hazer, Jaker, and Mazer, but those aren't on the answer list according to the official bot. So I went Baker and Maker, and it wasn't Faker, and I knew that I was gambling on that. All right, so I am curious if I turn off hard mode here, what does it suggest to guess? So it knows, okay, so that's the thing. It knows it doesn't need to use the K. So all we need is just some word that uses 2 of MBF and we're good. So amber, amble, balmy, blame, brief, like it's all fine. It doesn't care. So it's not going to come up with some cool word that uses the K as well. All right. So that was me. It would have done aorta, which is cool. I like that. In easy mode, it just goes straight into the ER trap because it knows it can do filler later. Very interesting. All right. Aorta. Okay. And so now it's going to go rabid. Notice how it's also avoiding that ER. And then from here, it actually wants to do faker or lamer or maker or wafer. There's only 6 words left. So, I mean, we know what's going to happen with faker. It's going to go straight to maker. Maker is winning. What about something like lamer? Oh, lamer gets the M for maker. And wafer gets the... wafer's not as good. Wafer, it's going to go lamer and then maker. Interesting. So it just ekes out a win depending on which of these we pick. All right, let's look at tails. AE in place. It's just going to go straight to Rager. That's really interesting. With the T gone, maybe it's not as concerned about that AER trap. And then now it's going to go Caper, and then Fader, and then Baker, and then Maker. Still gets it in 6, but that's a win. A win's a win. All green, too. All right, what about Steel? Steel also just goes into Raged here, and then Caper, Baker, Faker, Maker. This is different. Raged is Raged. Oh, we were doing Rager earlier, weren't we? With Tails, it does Rager. But with Steel, it does Raged. Interesting. I wonder why that's different. More options, I guess, that aren't the AER trap. All right. Let's look at a Dew. Very common start. It just says go to Tails and go from there. All right. It's going to go Pager or Rager. It could do the same Rager thing and then Caper and then Faker and then it loses. Yeah. Dew's not great for the AER trap at all. And then audio probably does poorly as well. Going to go Table, and then Rager, and then Paver, and then Safer, and then Maker. So it does win with audio. All right. And then Trace tries to get in 2. I doubt it does today, but we get the R, A, and E. It's going to go Regal, Fairs, Paver, Baker, Maker. Barely ekes out a win. This is a very hard day today. And then Place is what the official bot starts with. We're going to go Rated, and then Safer, and then Gamer, and then Maker. I'm curious what the official bot does. We're going to find out right now. All right. So, gives me a skill of 92. It actually liked my game, despite it not knowing the look-aheads. 34 luck, very unlucky. And then 6 steps is a few, for sure. All right, 53 other people. Started with Grasp today. We've got Rainy, Ratio, Tardy, Clear, Ranch, March. March is the one that the bot suggested. Radio, Rabid, Randy. So I am not the only one who did Randy. That's interesting. And it suggests Carrot. I do not like Carrot at all there. It's very bad at this game. In hard mode with the traps. It liked Water a lot. And then Baker, For your guess, I thought the solution could have been one or two words, maker or faker. With one guess left, all you can do is pick the one you think is most likely. You made an excellent choice. Maker is exactly what I picked in this situation. So I think it chooses maker over faker. I'm curious if it considers faker slightly less of a probability of being an answer over maker. So I don't know what that means exactly, whether it's going to be an answer or not, but we do have to include it as an option. It gets it in 5. Place, aster, rager, faker, maker. It actually goes for faker before maker for some reason, even though it considers faker a smaller chance. So maybe there was something with an F it wanted to get rid of. All right. How many are starting with maker? It's covered by my 0.3% start with maker. All right. Good job getting in 1. Oof, yeah, 89.4% solve rate today. People losing with baker and faker and gamer, wafer, namer. It's all the AERs. It's such a nasty trap. So this is hard mode. Let's analyze the game in... we're going to analyze the game in non-hard mode, normal mode, whatever you want to call it. And see how people did today. Because I'm actually expecting the solve rate to be lower. Because that just tends to happen as people who play hard mode are better at the game. Better or more experienced. They know the traps at the very least. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Upload a screenshot. All right, I have to make the screenshot first. Give me a moment. Save this. Alrighty. Not hard mode. Okay. It thought my skill was very poor. See, this is why I like to analyze in hard mode. The skill score is higher. I also like to see how it did in hard mode, but anyway. It would have gone carrot at this point. So let's see. 223 people started with grasp. That's a lot. It must be a common starting word beyond people who watch me. Rainy, ranch, later, clear, rabid, raven, radio, razor, Randy. All right. And then... risky guess at this point. So it would have done something like frame. It would have done a filler at this point. All right. It does slate, ramen, maker. Very lucky. All right. And wow, we have a 0.5% cheater rate today. 87.1%. I don't remember the percentage in hard mode, but I think this might be lower. I'm not 100% sure, but still, people are losing on the same things. All right. Well, that is it for Wordle. How'd you do? If you would like to watch the New York Times games, you can click at the end of the video. It'll take you right there. I also have a pinned comment with all the games I played today. And if you enjoyed this, why not leave a like, subscribe, and a kind comment below.